All right, so everyone who's joining the call, if you would like to make a comment, there's a chat button you can use. Raise your hand or just let us know that we want to speak, and we'll try to answer any questions that come out of this conversation. It's being recorded, just so you all know. The purpose of this call is obviously to look at getting back to business. Casey and myself have been working very hard with our business community to look at avenues that we can be pro-business and be more positive than negative in the light of COVID-19. There's been some recent updates. Obviously, we're still waiting on the health department to issue the new order that's supposed to that expires this Thursday. If the new order takes place, it'll have conditions on different businesses that are essential or not essential. Obviously, with the opening of golf courses and parks, it changes things a little bit, and I believe there's hopefully going to be some positive at the light. But if the whole thing is to look at ways that we can be as proactive as we possibly can in opening our doors. Casey and myself are business owners, and we're starving open, and that's why we want to get everyone on this call and collaborate and come up with, what you're doing as better to open your doors with the new COVID-19. Are you doing sanitizing things? Is your doors have those little sprays where you can use the sanitizing when you enter your building? Do you have masks available for your clients? What does it look like for COVID-19 being a part of your business, and how do we move forward with that? So I want to open it up to see what kind of questions come out of this, what you're hearing, what we're hearing, give you some updates. Does anyone want to start first?
If you do want to start, just raise your hand and we'll unmute you so that we can start taking notes on your ideas. Or I'm gonna start calling on people. Come on, guys. We need your ideas. We want to take them to the county. We want to prepare a packet and say, here are our business owners. This is Canyon Mattress. This is how they're going to handle clients coming in.
Okay.
You know what I mean?
Yeah, I wasn't sure. I'm sorry.
Oh, it's okay.
I just saw the meeting. I'm like, okay, I want to know. I mean, like, we're here now and we have our door locked. And then we have the spray and the sanitizer. So I'm not sure if we should go ahead and get thermometers. I was going online looking for the ones that you don't have to touch people.
You're from the travel agency?
Yeah, I'm from Canyon Lake Travel.
Okay. So hypothetically, if your door's open tomorrow, but we're subject to restrictions, like one person meeting, I mean, how do you do that?
Oh, yeah. Like, we are not even letting anybody in right now. Even if they knock on our door, we make them call us from outside and just talk to them on the phone outside. But yeah, we would just allow like one-on-one.
Okay.
There's usually 2 of us in the office, no more than that, and we're more than 6 feet apart.
Okay. Fran, what about you?
There we go.
Hold on real quick. Paula, she's Paula. Paula at the top.
Also, feel free to use the chat box, guys, if you have questions.
Paula, yeah.
Talk about what's going on. That's okay. Yeah. They want to sit and talk. So I'm trying to think of how I would implement. I mean, the lady had stated thermometers. I'm like, wow. I mean, do I have to go by thermometers for my clients? I do have a part-time lady that works for me. We are 6 feet apart. I would assume I would have to sterilize. Yeah. I think everything was just taken so quick with the code enforcement that it had taken us by surprise.
Right.
I mean, a knock on the door, they saw us in there, you're not allowed to be here. I had to pack up that night and come to the house. I can't go one day without doing something. So, and that's where I'm at. I'm a little saddened because I don't want to go back if I'm going to be asked. I've got to discuss it. I got to discuss it with my clients and see how they would feel. I mean,
So you get documents from your clients, right? So if the health department came and said, okay, you can open your door, but you're going to have limited interaction with your clients. How do you make that happen? Are you doing emails? Are you doing a Dropbox?
Oh, of course, it's already limited. It's already limited immensely.
Okay.
I would assume we'd have to have, but how would I have to wear a mask all day with my part-time lady? Do we have to wear masks?
Right. So the problem is right now is the health department and the county are making the rules. What we want to do is take them information to say, look, I can operate. I can do this. Here's what I'll do. Here is the solution. So what we're looking for you from all of you guys is to say, I own a bookkeeping business. The majority of my client contacts can be on Zoom, and they can drop off information in my Dropbox, and I'm just going to operate in my office and, make one-on-one appointments on Zoom, get documents via fax and scan, and
but that's not true. So they're not, most people want to hand me a packet.
Right. So if you had to come up with a solution, could you just have
as though I've been
spot?
They've been called into the gate and they've been leaving it on my porch, and I put gloves on, a mask on, I grab it, I wipe it down, and then I bring it in my house.
Okay.
Perfect. That's what we want to hear.
Exactly. Okay. I'm writing all this down, by the way. And this is being recorded to be an exhibit that we attach to the county.
Oh, okay.
Okay. Who else? Who else has ideas? I know, Jen, you have your situation is different, and you are a home care provider.
Feel free to use the chat box too, if you're able. If you know how to use it, it's going to be in the bottom corner. Most of your phones are automatically on mute, so if you would like to speak or say something, please say something in the chat box.
Okay, so can you unmute Jennifer Dane? Or Jen, if you know how to unmute yourself.
So, okay. Yes, so I, for the most part, have been working remotely from home. I have got into the office at times, but it's just me.
Right.
So I'm there by myself. I'm not wearing a mask in the office when I'm there by myself. However, I was thinking with Fran, if similar to what you're doing now with having people drop stuff off, at the front door, and you've got a mask and gloves when you open it up, I don't see a reason that you couldn't do that from an office. You still need to keep a distance from everybody. And if you have someone else in the office with you, probably wear a mask. But, if people are following the rules of not coming to work when you feel sick, people know, most people know, and I know there's a little extra with this virus because you don't necessarily get symptoms, but I think there's a way to do it and stay safe. Having hand sanitizer when you're opening the doors, washing your hands a lot, making sure that you're keeping a distance from people. And it may have to be wearing masks when you're in an office together, but I don't see a reason where certain businesses can't be open.
Right.
Yeah, absolutely. No, Jennifer, that's some really good insight. And I think the whole purpose is to really put a plan into place, whether it's extreme or not, at least to have credible cause of, hey, look, I'm operating, I'm open, I'm in business. This is what I'm doing to secure the safety of my employees, the safety of my clients. I've taken these measures because I understand the seriousness of the situation, which is why I'm fully prepared for that. And I think that's the purpose, right, is to come up with a business solution, a business plan that we can open our doors and be effective and say, hey, look, we're doing all we can do. We're doing all the right things we can do. Our clients are still utilizing our services at will, and they know that we're taking these sanitizing methods very seriously. But I think to answer the question on should I be wearing a mask, should I not, we're just trying to get our doors open, right? That's the simple thing. We're trying to get our doors open. And if I have to wear a mask as a business owner, to operate to where I can finally start bringing in a paycheck for my
Right.
colleagues, I'm going to do whatever it takes.
Well, and the other thing too,
and on top of that, I'm going to do it. Yes.
Sorry, I was just going to say, so, you know, my business and my employees in what we're dealing with are deemed essential employees. So
Right.
what I have been having them do, because I don't see, most of the time I don't see my employees even normally. They're working in people's homes, but
Correct.
they're also working with the most, you know, the most susceptible people to the virus. So they've got to be extra careful. But I have my employees, they take their own temperature every day. They have they know not to go to work sick, but just reiterating that, I've been doing training with them on, you know, types of things to look for and making sure that they're being extra cautious. So that may be something too, and it's different for clients or customers coming into your office. But if you've got employees that are working there, instead of having, you know, talking about having, you know, taking everybody's temperature, you could ask them to take their own, and, you know, hopefully they're telling the truth, because I think a lot of people won't lie about that. I do have some concern about taking our customers' temperatures and getting their health information. I think we're getting into a very, you know, without being political there, but getting into a pretty slippery,
been exposed.
slope. So I would be cautious about that. But for
Due diligence.
we can.
Okay. Hey, Jeremy, Kat Morrison wants to speak. They've asked in the chat.
Can you unmute them?
Yes.
Hi guys, I'm
Hi.
Jeff Cat, all about auto detailing. Thank you for having us. With our business, we basically, it's done over the phone. A customer can bring their vehicle, leave the key in the ignition. They're able to walk away from the vehicle. What we know about their vehicle has already been done over the telephone, so we already know the specifics of what we're going to be doing. Basically, on the inside of the vehicles, we're going to be basically alcoholing the entire inside of their cars. We already wear gloves. We already wear masks. So that's not really going to be an issue. We can do paperless receipt. And we call them to pick up their vehicle when it's finished, and key will be in the ignition for them to take off. So it's really not an issue for us.
Mm-hmm.
We're really kind of separate. It's my son, my wife.
That's huge.
Pardon me?
Yeah, you guys are all quarantined together, so
Yeah.
that's important. I think, you know, for the specific business that you operate day in and day out, it complete sense. A couple other business owners have reached out to me too, and they said some of the questions they ask their clients, it's very simple. Have you traveled in the last 2 weeks? Family sick?
Right.
Have you feeling sick? So you're prepping the conversation before you interact with your clients. So therefore you have that documented that you ask those 3 questions. And that's what we're talking about, right? If we can start doing that as business owners moving forward and say, hey, look, we're doing all we possibly can to ensure the safety of not only our clients, but our business, let us open our doors and move forward. So that's huge. I think that is so good to put down in our notes, Casey, that we give out to our business owners.
I love the idea of the paperless receipt.
Yes.
I didn't even think of that. That was a great idea. I know we were on the hair stylist call right before this, and they were saying Venmo and PayPal were not even exchanging anything.
Not even exchanging funds, right? That is so crucial.
Right. So, I mean, that's where we're at. So, and we followed all the CDC guidelines as far as decontaminating everything. So we're safe, and so the customer's safe as well.
That's huge. That's great.
Yeah, so that's kind of where we stand. I mean, the fact is we all live together, so it's not really, we've been in quarantine. So not are we in quarantine at our home, but we are at our work. So
right.
Yeah, we don't hire anybody. Nobody needs to come through our front door. So, you know, we're kind of contactless as it is, and we can make it better.
Absolutely.
Okay, awesome. There's no one else in the queue. Anyone else want to? I'm notes on all this. And I'm recording this,
So you know, I know we started off the call. Yeah, please go ahead.
All right, my name is Sammy. I'm from Rodeo Smoke Shop in Canyon Lake.
Okay.
As far as our business right now, we're doing like deliveries only. But if we could what I would want to do is like open up, but have like one customer at a time. Make sure that they wear their mask, have the social distancing. Is there anything else that you think I should plan ahead before I open up as far as like a smoke shop?
You know,
what I could do to...
We got an email from the other smoke shop as well with some ideas, saying 6 feet, masking tape X's you can follow on the floor, much like they have at Lowe's, hand sanitizer dispenser, don't touch anything, the associates will touch it for you, wiping down pin pads, door handles, wearing facial coverings, you can put on the signs and say like no admittance without a mask. I mean, basically what the market is doing, right?
The same procedures, but have it not allowing, because I see here in the city of Riverside, markets and a lot of the stores, convenience stores out here, they don't allow you inside the store without a mask.
Right.
Correct.
So
and that's been the standard. A lot of businesses. Yeah, a lot of businesses have been taking that very seriously. And keep in mind, look, everyone on this call are business owners, and it's just like when I look at my staff, I don't want to jeopardize their health just as much as I don't want them to get sick either. I mean, it's a business move, right? If I have an employee and they're sick, great. Yeah. Now I'm down an employee, and so that's the big push for it too. And I think taking those precautions and maybe even going a little bit farther than you normally would is going to prevent not only the county coming down.
One customer per time would probably be the best thing that could happen for now, for the meanwhile.
Right.
Allowing just one customer at a time, because a lot of customers, even on delivery, they don't feel they want to go in there. They want to see the product before they buy it. They want to, there's different things in there.
Absolutely. I mean, a way you can do it, if you're looking at that method, Home Depot's method, most, I don't know how familiar you are with Home Depots and Lowe's, but most Home Depots and Lowe's are built around the 150,000 square feet is the entire store. So they do 150 people allowed in the store at one time. So say you take your shop and say it's 200 square feet, so that, you could do, 4 or 5 people at most. There's a breakdown method that's out there that you can utilize. But I think for your situation, one is easy to manage, right? Home Depot can do that
one or if they come as a couple too.
And they can, but for your sake, one would be simple. Exactly. Yeah, and we've seen that too. If you're quarantined together, come on in. Right.
The other thing is we want to let you know. So Riverside's restrictions currently end on the 30th. However, we've been informed that we're getting new orders today. They haven't shown up. We don't know what they say. If we were guessing, it would probably be an extension. And obviously we don't want that. But again, the goal is
that's why we're doing this call.
Be ready, take information, and kind of see what we can do. We don't want to be helpless either. And no one wants our Canyon Lake businesses to go away. We don't want empty storefronts here. That's the last thing we want.
We don't want
our neighbors to suffer either. So who else has ideas? Keep them coming. I'm writing them down.
Any other ideas or questions? I know the big question is when can we open our doors, and that's we're trying to prepare for. We're trying to give as much as we can to not only the health department, but the county, and say, hey, look, we have starving businesses that are willing to do whatever it takes, including wearing a mask, including being sanitized, including doing whatever it takes to get the doors open. So with your help, with your guidelines that you're putting in place, we're going to be able to tell the county this extremely seriously, and it's time to open. That's how we feel. So please, any other input you have, you can email us as well. You can share your ideas and your business plan on how you're going to, move forward with keeping your business quarantined. So, please, this is the chance to kind of let your voice be heard on what we're doing.
I wrote a letter yesterday regarding the golf cart restrictions on the course with family members not being able to be in the cart together. I don't think that, the county the county applies this, one size fits all to all the cities within the county that, there's so many cities that have they're not golf cart cities. There's sweeping restrictions that don't work for individual cities. And what we want to be able to say is we have ideas that would work for our city. I don't know if how they're gonna respond to this information. I have no idea, but I don't feel like we should just kind of kick it and wait for them to see. So that's what we're doing. We're trying to be proactive. Okay, there was a question. Kayla says she owns Sono Baby Ultrasound next to the post office. Suggestion only have affecting mother and father and not the whole family. Okay. Filling out online forms, ping online before the appointment, clean and sanitize everything. Okay. Got it. That makes sense to me. Only immediate family. Anyone else? I mean, really, I want to be able to put together a real strong argument on our behalf.
For us?
Yes, for you. We want to advocate for you.
We own the Creative Corner, the flower shop.
Okay.
And gifts, and I also own 24/7 Family Home Care. And the 24/7 Family Home Care has been an essential business, so technically we've been allowed to be open. However, even with those modifications, there's still the fact that the kids are not working, so they can't afford to pay any longer for us to help take care of the parents, so they've come to take care of mom and dad. But we also have the Veterans Administration, and they're literally not open, so we're sitting here flying by the seat of our pants. We don't have the necessary PPP to keep everybody safe, so then we endanger ourselves that way. I've been trying to get PPP. Do you guys have any access to PPP through the governor's programs?
Okay, so your question is, do we have resources on behalf of our city? So after this call, our analyst and city manager have informed me that they're putting together resources that they can post on our website for ideas that maybe you haven't sought out. We haven't heard too much from our chamber during this process, so I have reached out to the new chamber president to see if they have additional stuff that may have been sent to them by virtue of being a city chamber, business related. So our goal is to make sure that you guys have as many resources.
With the governor, apparently, because I've called to find out, and according to him, if our cities needs the personal protective gear, our cities are supposed to request it through his hotline that is being supplied, where he's also purchasing it from China, of course, and 3M and other companies. And then through Pence's program, if cities are not getting what they need to safely reopen and particularly protective gear, supposedly there's a hotline we can call to request however many we need, whether it's 50,000, 40,000 for a city of our size, whatever it is.
Okay. The hard thing about that is they've said that the N95s are supposed to be specific to healthcare and emergency services workers, which is why the city initiated the mask program. They're not they're not the N95s, but we're trying to get any citizen who wants a mask so they can go into the market or whatever. We have
I'm talking about for my people who are in the homes with the elderly and the disabled and the infirm. We do a lot of hospice patients. Okay. And we haven't been able to get that stuff because it's been bought up by all the government.
I see what you're saying.
Yeah.
So you're asking if there's any way that we can.
Yeah, and you know what? To be fair, it's not just bought up by the government. Everyone's been buying it. One of my companies, we put in an order for 3,000 for our entire employee, and we haven't got them. We put that order in 3 weeks ago.
Oh yeah.
So it's just been on delay, across the board. Yeah, it's insane. Which is why instead of waiting on an order that Canyon Lake would put in, we decided to buy materials to make our own. and then put it out with committees
Yeah,
so they can do it. We
we've been
went around
reading
the system.
shields. We have a 3D printer, by the way. So our problem has been that we can't get a hold of the acrylic because it's even back ordered to make the face shields. So if anybody has a line on the acrylic, we can make face masks all day long. They take less than 30 seconds per mask on our machine. So we can make those.
Well, I think the face mask and back order an issue. And correct me if I'm wrong, Casey or Chris, I think we're the only city that has actually supplied face masks to our community members at the cost of the city, and when we made them ourselves. I don't know of any of our sister cities who have done that, and I get it. Population's a big issue as well. We're a small community, but at the same time, we took a stab at it and we pulled it off, and we're still delivering those masks today. But to answer your questions, we're already working on finding solutions to answer your questions in regards to supplies. We'll do some more digging and seeing there's a government put in orders office to try to facilitate masks for our business owners. I'll make a few calls too and reach out to some of my sister cities and see what they're doing to get those resources to their business owners as well, because that's what's crucial. I mean, and don't get me wrong, that's not what's keeping us from opening our businesses. It's not the lack of face masks. That's not what this is about. This is more about what can we do to make sure that we get our doors open. And it's really, the importance of that, working together as a business community and saying, hey, look, ordinances in place to make sure that our clients, our customers, and our staff are safe.
We need the income and the tax
is I had spoken with Chris today. We had made 3,000 masks. We've given out about 2,000. The requests are kind of trickling down, so we're going to have pretty good size inventory of masks that were made. Our thought was the next step is offering these to our businesses so that they can have them for their employees. So like, for example, Fran, if you wanted some masks, we would give them to you. You could, have them ready if someone forgot theirs to come into your business. Or give them to the market, give them to the, restaurants so that their employees could wear them, so that there would be nothing preventing people from working.
We got one question here, Casey. It's for restaurants. It says, for us in restaurants, we need customers in our doors to survive. We will be covering all of our mattresses and limiting customers in the store. The city needs to promote all of our local businesses once we're all allowed to, and try to get money flowing. This is so true. This is exactly why we're doing this. We're reaching out to our business owners because the city is going to be backing every move that we make moving forward. At least for me personally, I know Casey feels this way too, utilizing the growth of our businesses and get it out there. We want the doors open so badly, especially our restaurants, our small businesses, our petite stores. We want customers to be able to go into these stores and to shop, re-energizing the economy, because that is so important. You have my word on this, that the moment we can fully open and engage, every resource that we possibly have at the city are going to go towards our businesses. That is so important. We have to make sure, and Casey and I have talked about this multiple times, we're doing everything we can to get government out, especially status quo. So I assure you that once we get the order that we can softly start opening these businesses, or once we put the plan in place and they listen to us at the county, then we're going to go 100% all in and making sure that and get everyone the word out there, knowing that, hey, we're ready to rock and roll. And trust me, I'm bold enough to say that I would love for Canyon Lake to be the one city that county. We're pro-business, we're on fire, we're ready to open our doors, and it's because of the business owners that put together a plan on how they're going to be safe and how they're going to be sanitized for their businesses, which is why we're able to do this, and we have confidence in our business community that they're going to govern themselves and not have to be regulated by the city and the county. So I think that's important. Any other questions before we wrap up the call? Again, everything that has been discussed has been recorded, so you'll be able to view the video if you want to take some notes from it. We're going to be sending out an email, kind of a draft of everything that's taken place over the call, some of the things that we can do to help our business owners, some of the new implementations that are coming. Obviously, we're all waiting on the county order that's supposed to happen today. if they're going to pass Thursday or not, and also what they're going to deem essential and not essential businesses. So we're going to already supply that information for each and every one of you on the call, and we'll make sure that we look into some of the other programs that might be out there for businesses in regards to the state and even the county. But any last questions or remarks from any of the folks on the call? No? Any other questions for us? I think Julie's trying to use mute.
Dane was asking.
Here we go. If they were to come out with an order today saying essential businesses are 75% of what we have in the center, what would be the expectation time frame wise to be able to get that center up and running?
As soon as possible. I mean, we're not going to get in the way of that. We're only, look at us as the broker, right? We're only facilitating information that's coming from above us, which is the state and the county. The last thing we want to do is get in the way of our businesses. We want to open and flourish. So as soon as we get that order, it's go. It's green lights ahead. It's full steam ahead. We want to help you be prepared. We want to help you get the resources for face masks, get the resources for sanitizing equipment, help you so you as a business owner can be successful. Look, as a business owner myself, I advertise several things to my clients on how sanitized and how sanitary we are. We want to be able to help you out with that too. So we don't want to get in the way of people coming in and being a part of your business. So we're praying and we're hoping that order comes sooner than later and they say, hey, it's go time. Is your business owners ready to go? Because we want everyone to be compliant in regards to being sanitary. Does that answer your question?
Yeah.
Anyone else?
Jen.
I just want to say thank you, Jeremy, for getting on here and advocating for us.
Absolutely.
Appreciate it a lot. We're on the same boat and just need to get things moving as quickly as we can. So, and I also want to put out there, I do have a cousin that owns a company that has lots of access to PPE. It is like 1,000 minimum order, but if we all wanted to come together and put it in an order like that, that's what he does.
Please send us the info.
Tyler, can we take that note? Can we mark that down and see if we can provide that information? Because that's a great idea. I think that's something that we should definitely contact Gina at the chambers and say, hey, look, hey, we got 10 businesses here. They want 100 masks each. Let's put in the order and let's make that thing happen because that's easy.
Yeah, and they've got tons and tons, like no shortage of supplies. So, and they were
I think they're making them out of LA, if I'm not mistaken.
So Kayla said that she has access to that, and so did Rachel. So
perfect. That is huge.
And we just gotta all keep doing what we're doing and being minimal, and just taking every precaution we can.
Absolutely.
I love your idea, Jeremy, of making sure that our advertisements say that we are completely COVID compliant with sanitation in the businesses.
Absolutely. And it makes people want to come do business with you because they feel safe.
Have like a wired text that goes to every customer letting them know, how we're handling it, what our requirements are, everyone to wear masks, everyone to wear gloves, no sickness within 14 days, those type of things, especially for my business since, pregnant people are more at risk. It is something to take very seriously.
Did you by any chance see the study that came out of Stanford yesterday with pregnant women?
I didn't.
Oh, this is so interesting. Everybody should know this. That they tested 100% of the women in a 3-week period that were delivering, and 92% had COVID, and the babies did not, and they didn't know they had it.
Wow.
Interesting.
That is mind-blowing.
Yeah, I was blown away.
Wow.
Being a doctor, that blew me away.
Yeah.
That's huge.
Well, I guess that's good news, right?
Yeah, because they're able to fight it off. They just have it, but they don't have the symptoms of it.
Exactly.
It's incredible.
Which is amazing.
Every day we're learning so much. The last thing I want to say, just a little advice that's helped me. As you know, the last, what are we now, 5 weeks almost into this thing, everyone's kind of changed whether you like it or not, right? We know how to use Zoom. We know how to use social media. We're using some of these tools that maybe we used every now and then. utilize it moving forward, utilize it to let people know that you're taking your business seriously, whether it's doing a video showing how you're sanitary, whether it's you having someone record you and say, hey, look, come do business with us because we're taking the precautions to make you feel safe. These are what's really important to make sure that we not only pump start our little economy in Canyon Lake, but we become proactive in our business adventures on trying to get past COVID-19.
Hopefully,
I'm here for you.
low numbers.
I want to make sure. Yes, hopefully, and a lot of that, you know, I was reminded today that a lot of that is all the hard work that has been done with the community, with the city, with everyone. There's been a lot of grief, some of the ordinances that have been taking place, but our numbers are phenomenal when you look at Riverside County. Yes, we are a small city, 12,000 population, but when you look at the percentage of other cities, they're blown out of the water, and we're staying consistent. And it's because our people are working to make this happen. So I want to give us an A+ in Canyon Lake when we go to the county and say, hey, let us get back to work, please, because we're doing all we possibly can, and we're doing a good job of it. So you already read my report card. Let's move forward. But with that, I'm going to close out the meeting. We're going to make sure we get out all the information to everyone that's been on the call. Whatever you need, I know Casey makes herself available. I make myself available. Facebook for both of us, personal cell phones on my email. So whatever you need, I'm always here for you. And we hope you have a safe, good rest of the day.
One last thing, real quick.
And please stay safe. Yes.
One last thing. I got in late because I had kids' homework to do. We talk about us doing a joint advertising in the Friday Flyer saying these businesses collectively are COVID compliant. Please come back and visit us and do a full page that we all contribute to and share the cost of. Is anybody else interested in doing that?
I'm in.
I'm in on that.
Okay.
I'm sure a lot of
I think
people
it's great.
love it.
Yes.
Yeah, totally for that.
Okay.
If you guys are okay with it, what we could do is everyone that was on the call, we'll have Tyler at the city send a blast email to everyone and not have them blocked, so you guys can communicate with each other, and then that way you can organize, say, hey, who here wants to do the Friday Flyer ad, and you all can respond, so you have each other's information.
Perfect.
So you can get that taken, because I think that's a good idea with you guys. If we do things like this and come together and work together, we're not going to be able to make it through it, and that's why it's so encouraging to hear y'all come on board and do stuff. Make sure we'll get that in, you guys.
Okay, thank you very much.
Alrighty, we're going to close out the meeting. Okay, be safe, everyone.
Thank you.
Bye.